Well, good afternoon. It's been tough again for us here in the valley because of that smoke. It moved in yesterday and just sat in the valley through the more overnight hours and today. And now with the south wind, it's bringing back some smoke that moves south into parts of the region. And so one of our worst off areas is the Dakota Magic Casino Skycam here in the Hankinson area, looking southeast or southwest towards South Dakota. And it's hard to see towards South Dakota here. I-29 is in the background, can kind of see a couple of vehicles move by, but that's about it. So again, visibility quite low with the smoky haze going on. We have a air quality alert in our eastern counties in Minnesota, much of the state included in that air quality alert. Our winds, again, I mentioned they've moved in from the south, and we've got a couple of gusts here into the teens and some 20s, a 20-mile-per-hour gust in Roseau out of the west in that location. We're going to see a cold front drop in, and that's going to turn the wind direction yet again heading into today. Here's a look at our temperatures. We are working our way up. We're getting into the 70s and 80s here this afternoon. We're currently at 76 degrees in Fargo, looking at 83 right now in Grand Forks. That's one of our warmer spots. 82 in Hallock and in Roseau, and cooler to the south. Check out our temperature in Wahpeton, 68 degrees. We've had more clouds in the southern valley, and again, that's where our smoke is too. And taking a look at our visible satellite map, it's going to be tough to make out the wildfires today on it. And we're looking up into Canada here. Here's Winnipeg because of the cloud cover moving by. But what we're looking for is not these bright white clouds that are moving. We're looking for those lower clouds that are a little bit darker gray. You can see some up there, and then just underneath some of these clouds. And you can actually make that out in our view toward the Red River Valley. We've got the clouds moving by, keeping temperatures down to the south, and a couple up north too along that front. And then there are these places where we just have that muted gray showing up, and that's where a lot of that smoke happens to be affecting us right here. And so we are north of a system. That's why we've been seeing some clouds in the southern valley, north of a system that's mainly bringing rain into eastern South Dakota and points east from there. We have a couple of sprinkles that have been trying to get going in the south, but overall, it's more on the dry side there today, just more cloudy. So here's a look at our hour-by-hour planner. We'll have some hazy sunshine, some clouds, eventually move on into the south, and those that we're seeing up north start to drop in a little bit more this afternoon. As we see that front move in, you can see it. Our forecast model not all that impressed with rain chances, but we could see an isolated shower or thunder shower coming up for later this afternoon and into tonight. Temperatures this afternoon, some 80s coming up here. We're looking at mid 80s for some spots, and some of us are already there, in fact, at the lunch hour. Now, heading into the later evening hours, you can see there's more areas of rain and thunder that start to pop, and those are affecting places in the northern valley, especially north of Highway 2. And this is where we're likely or potentially going to see some rain somewhere. The problem is they're going to be isolated, so it's not going to affect everybody. They'll continue dropping southward overnight and eventually kind of fall apart and move on. And behind that, here comes the wind turning northwesterly by 6 o'clock and then northerly from there. And that's going to bring about a change. So here's our smoke map again. We're starting at 9 o'clock tonight. Again, the valley experiencing smoke through the day, more of it in the south. Then watch what happens. This is 5:30 tomorrow morning, your Saturday morning. We get that northerly wind, and here comes another plume of smoke. That drops southward. By the afternoon, we're improving in the north, but then another plume may be dropping in for Saturday night and into Sunday. So this is exactly what we're going to see here for the next several days, off and on, poor air quality and thick smoke moving in. We get some breaks here and there, so it's important to check that air quality index. We'll be keeping you updated here at Valley News Live to know whether it's going to be okay for you to head outdoors, especially if you're one of those folks that is impacted more by the smoke. I know all of us are feeling it, but some folks have a little more trouble than others, so we'll keep you posted through the weekend.
I know I saw some pool closures that's happening because of it as well.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to be out in this as much as possible, especially, you know, when you're in the pool, you're active, you're breathing harder, and that can be tougher on you.
Well, thank you, Lisa.